Hello, I'm Chandra and I'm going to talk about how to use a simple toy with Arduino. So here is the thing, this is a toy which I bought. It is 8, anybody above than 8 years can use that. It is a XY plotter. Two motors, one is in the X direction and one is in the Y direction, and this is a simple toy which gives the two motors are X and Y, and the two switches which gives you make the movement forward and backward. So basically how to use this toy using Arduino, and why I started using Arduino is basically the kids nowadays are not doing any coding. They don't like programming. They just enjoy using applications. So the concept of programming is not coming. But if you merge the toy with the Arduino a little and show the control, I think people will start liking it. And I have seen here that in my home they started loving it. So I will show basically how this motors are controlled. This is a simple 9-volt battery. You supply power, and this starts moving. You saw that, right? You reverse this, and this starts moving. The same thing for X and Y. So now, which was getting controlled using these switches, and it was all manual. There is nothing programming in it. So what I have done here is I have used this Arduino board. This is nothing but a simple open source hardware. You can control it by these pins, and there are multiple uses of it. It's an open source. There are you can program it. It's a microcontroller here. There is a physical RAM in it. You push the code into this and this code starts working. So what I have done is I have used this pins 0, 1, 2, 3 to control the motors to move X motor into right direction, and 2 for moving into the reverse direction, and then the other 3, 4 for the Y-axis motor. So here it is. I will show it working. So you are noticing that there are a lot of other diagrams. Now this is a L298 motor converter circuit diagram. You saw that manual thing that would convert this. So this L298 is a board which gets converted. It has two purposes. One is to convert the battery signal plus and minus to minus and plus. Also, it gives you a control which you can push through the Arduino. So that's what it is doing. So I am powering it up. So you see this. I have powered this board. Now it is ready to push this. The moment I apply the signal to motor 1 and 2, 3 and 4, this will move in certain aspects. Now, what motor to move and when to move, I have programmed it in this simple program. So let's use this. The sketch which I have used is the sketch which I am going to show is to draw a rectangle. So this is the code which I have written. There are 0, 1, 2, 3 pins, and the setup I made it for all pins as output, because I will be sending the voltage 5 volts to them, and that would signal this chip to send the current to the motors, and motor will drive the motor. So, and the one other pin which I have used as input is because I wanted to control using one pin. I will show that in the diagram. So this is a very simple program. The sketch which I have written, just on and off different motors The first I made that LED pin high, it will move to the right, it will go up, it will come back, and similarly a very simple pin I can push it into the website which you can get this pin. So let's verify this program compiled. I am going to push that. So it is pushing now. So the code has come here. Now it is waiting for this signal. The moment I press the signal, you should see that it will start making the diagram. So I have given the signal and it is making a square. So that's the square it has built, and it will stop because it is waiting on this signal. So the moment I give this signal again, the rectangle will start making it again. Now this signal is the pin number 13, which is low at this moment. The moment I make it high, you see, the moment I make it high, the movement starts to make a rectangle. So this is it, and the property of the Arduino is I can just completely take this computer out. Now the controller has the memory. I put into the charger a battery backup, and it is self-sufficient. The code is there. I just remove this pin, and it still does the same square. Right? So that's the way you can make it useful for controlling a simple toy using Arduino. You must be thinking what these resistors are. This is something I need to control the current it can take from the Arduino. If I don't use the resistor, there is a scope that it can burn these pins. So I need to put a resistor so that I can control the amount of current it can send. So that's the purpose of this Arduino. Otherwise, it's a very simple circuit. The other thing which I would like to do now is how to make this pen up and pen down. My son was asking me, how can I write the letters? So if you have to write the letters, you have to have the control to make pen up and down. So that is another use case which we'll try to do later. But today this is something which I wanted to show, and see you again. Bye.